Harry Fraud, Plug Talk, The Plug I Met 2, out now on all your phones. Stream it. It's a fire tape. It's a fire EP. It's a fire whatever, because I can't even tell the difference anymore nowadays. All right. It's just a dope project. Check it out. Griselda.
Bring mixtapes back. That Piff and all.
Definitely bring back real mixtapes. I feel like Lil Wayne is one of the only people who do that still.
Yeah.
And Gucci.
I think yeah. So let's get into music.
Let's get music, because we were just talking about Bane the Butcher. My
Yeah.
favorite, my guy, Conway the Machine, was back with another one.
Did not listen to
You did
it.
not listen to La Maquina,
No, I did not.
hey, it's okay. Now, for those of you who do not know, Conway the Machine is one of my favorite rappers currently right now, and one of my favorite Griselda members. Bastion's favorite is West Side Gun. So, anyways, the reason why I love Conway the Machine, I just feel like he's just way more grittier than the trio. And also, whenever he just raps, I just feel him more. You know what I mean? He just has so much more emotion. Um, I feel like I could feel whenever he's happy, he's sad, he's on his gangster ish. I feel whatever he's saying. All right, he evicts a lot of emotion when he raps. And La Maquina, it's no different. You know, it's more gangster talk. It's more drug talk. This is Griselda after all. This is Conway after all. And and yeah, it's not as, to me, it's not as good as his 2020 release of From King to a God. I feel like From King to a God, it had more of a story, and his rise to the sort of um meteoric fame that he's in now with the rest of his Griselda mates. This one right here just feels like a, hey y'all, hope y'all are doing well. Here's a little something to hold y'all over, and that's what La Maquina is. This is just gangster talk, drug talk, um, and I have no problems with it. I love the beats. I love the bars. My personal favorite has got to be Scatterbrain featuring JID. Don't worry about the Ludacris. You can cut it off when Ludacris raps, honestly, because Ludacris, I'm sorry, bro. Like, stick to driving in space, bro.
Oh, I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm sorry, bro. Like,
F9 coming through.
yeah, Fast and Furious 9, ironically enough, with John Cena in it as well. But yeah,
I saw
bro,
that trailer. I was like, this is garbage, bro. What's going on?
it is garbage. But guess what? I'm not going to see it. I'm done with Fast and Furious. You know why I'm done with Fast and Furious?
You have to watch it for content.
No, I don't want to. You know why? Because the people who are supposed to be dead are not even dead anymore. Han's been dead since 2006. Why is he alive all of a sudden?
Hey, they messed up. They messed up. They designed a really good character and they killed him off. All within the same. Can you imagine you design a character so good and you killed him off, and the other movie's like, but that was a really good character, bro.
Was, and then it messes up the whole entire timeline too, because like there was Fast and Furious, and then there was like Fast Five and like Fast Six, and he was in it, but like the occurrence of Tokyo Drift didn't happen then, but
Hmm.
like they're using all brand new cars and stuff, so it just messes with the timeline, if that makes sense.
It doesn't make yeah. I don't know. I feel like because of how he is in other movies, Tokyo Drift doesn't make sense of how he dies. I guess
It
you'll be like more aware of it.
Yeah, it's not, yeah. First it wasn't canon, now it is canon, and that
If
whole
Tokyo Drift
franchise.
is non-canon, then that's fine. Just do
No,
that.
it is canon though.
Just say non-canon. It's very easy. So, oh, it happened in the alternate universe. You know,
But anyway,
easy. Just write the letter.
back to Conway. Yeah, this is a good 11 track 40-minute album. It's one of my favorites so far of the year. Um I give it a strong 7 out of 10. That's just me. It's not an 8. Definitely it's not an 8 like From King to a God was, but this is a nice little appetizer to get your beak wet for more Conway. I'm assuming he's always going to they're going to have some more stuff release throughout the year, so this is a nice little start.
I'm assuming that's how other artists want to be like. They want to be like everybody in Griselda, where once they finish a project, they'll be able to release it.
Mhm.
As yeah, I think they probably hold it at most like 3 to 5 to 6 months. And say, all right, this is enough time. I listen to it. It's so good. Drop it, and that's it. So,
Definitely.
so another album that came out, Slime Language 2, Young Stoner Life, Young Thug and Gunna, then also a bunch of other guest artists that you will assume that's right there. There's a YNW Melly song in there that's just like, it's like I wonder how long or they had that song.
Yes. Oh,
Um,
for for the record, the Young Stoner Life, that is Young Thug's group basically. Think of Lil Wayne with Young Money, Cash Money. This is the same with Young Thug and Stoner Life. It's a collective of all of his artists that is under him. Um, yeah, basically.
yes, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Um, but in terms of the whole album. It's a really long album. It's an hour and 15 minutes long. I heard it a couple times, but not enough time for me to give it like an exact review. There are songs that feel skippable and boring. There are songs that are interesting that I may give some more time that I'll probably like. Of course, the standout tracks are tracks to where your favorite artist is. Like if you see a Future track, you want to listen to Future. Want to see a Skepta track, just want to listen to Skepta. Big Sean, like Drake had a verse, and I thought, wow, this is the most boring Drake verse ever. Even Travis Scott. So that's kind
Uh,
of how I felt about the whole project. It's nothing too crazy, nothing life changing or anything, but that's how most music is nowadays. We can't complain. So if
yeah,
you especially if you're making like a project with all your artists, they're going to sound similar to you. And
yeah,
then
I
in
felt
this,
the same way, Bash, and I'm not gonna lie. Once I saw how long this album was and how many tracks there were, I immediately groaned because I just felt like I feel like any music that has 20 or more tracks, I just feel like it's just gonna be a chore to get through because I just feel like I'm just gonna have to like just really buckle down and just really just get through all the songs. So I already knew from then on like I was not going to be a fan of this album. And yeah, I'm not a big fan. Like it doesn't do it for me.
nah,
Uh,
I kind of equate this to like when like David Bowie and Iggy Pop used to make music together. It's like at a certain point, Iggy Pop sounds like David Bowie, right? That's just because they work well with each other.
yeah,
And that's kind of what happens when you're kind of surrounded by a Young Thug. I think you will just start to either sound or just go sonically that direction. You can have
right.
similar flow, similar subject patterns. I mean subject matters, and that's just what's going to happen when you make
Yes.
your own group. And I'm sorry, like seriously, like the best group of all time is still Wu Tang. And you, of course, you have to throw Odd Future because they're just a bunch of groups that you put together in the collective. But that's how it works. Like you can't sign one by one to match your style. You kind of have to like they had to be such alphas, or I use the term alpha as in like a high in the orders, like strong personalities, in
Mhm.
order for them to be like interesting and different.
I think one
So
of
yeah,
I'm sorry. What were you
no, I
gonna
was
say?
gonna say like some of these groups they don't work. Griselda works, I think, because they're able to do their own solo projects, and you see more of them in their solo material.
Yes. And they don't sound the same. They all have their own distinct personalities. They have their own distinct rhyme flows. Hell, they have their own distinct plugins. Like they have their own distinct. All right, for example, um, Benny's gonna be like the butcher coming, and then freaking West Side is gonna be like, hey yo, boom 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 boom. You know that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So they have their own
They
they
have
have
their
their
own
own
little
small things.
catchphrases. Yeah, man.
So
What
that's that.
side are gonna talk about? He's gonna talk about wrestling a lot more. You know what I'm saying? I mean, um, Conway did it too. He has some track called like Sister Abigail and stuff like that. You know, based on Bray Wyatt. Shout out to Bray Wyatt because you know they're both wrestling fans. But like West Side Gun, he was at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He was front row at WrestleMania.
So that's what I mean. It's like some artists, they're so different. I think you need to be different before you hop in the group and start, selling the project. And this is just another project. I don't
Yeah,
know who this is for. I don't know if it's like something the record label need to drop in order to get their names out there before they start promoting them. I don't know. It gives them more time to work with other people to gain experience. If it's like that, then I totally understand. But if it should be in nobody's top 10, you know?
Yeah, definitely not. Some of my favorite tracks include Came and Saw with Rowdy Rebel. This man has not missed so far. This man has been out of jail. He's been killing it so far. Come and Saw, one of my favorites. Oh, I actually really like the Skepta track. Really like that one. That was dope. What else did I like? What else I like? What else I like? Oh, the Big Sean track. He killed it. I didn't expect him to go off like that, but he did.
I will always tell you this: Big Sean knows how to deliver in his features. If you ask him to do
That is
something for
true.
you, he will be able to do it for you in the feature.
Hey,
If
you
he
know what? I agree with you. Just make sure Kendrick is not on the same track as him, okay? Because you know what happens when Kendrick is on the same
that
track
beef
as
is
Big
so
Sean.
old, bro. It's done. It's done.
No,
That
I'm
beef
not
is
even
old.
talking. I'm not even talking about the beef. Remember with um DJ Khaled's record, right?
Hmm.
Holy Key. Like Big Sean came in, murdered it, right? Then right after Kendrick came on, and Kendrick blew Big Sean right out the damn water. Remember that? I'm not even talking about the control verse. I'm talking about that track in particular. Holy Key.
Yeah, I don't remember that song. I might have to check back on that.
Arguably, that was Khaled's best album. That was the height. That was the peak height of Khaled. Like the first 5 tracks on that record was bomb. It was
Interesting.
I Got the Keys, then it was Drake's For Free, then it was Nas album Almost Done, then it was Holy Key, and then the fifth one was J. Cole's Interlude.
I
Like
do
those
remember all
were
the
fire.
singles, but I don't remember the album itself.
Yeah. Those were the singles though. But like and that was like the first 5 tracks of that album. I
Gotcha.
remember that perfectly. But yeah, this album is not gonna rock the boat. This album is not gonna make my top 10. If anything, this deserves a 5, just based on how many tracks there are alone on this. I immediately went to 5 because I can take out at least half of these records and it will be a better project.
Yeah.
Yeah.